pride, purple pride.
The Pride Report with Fernando Jackson.
It's me, Fernando, with the Halloween edition of the Pride Report. Sitting to my left, right, Smelligs, the Sailor Man.
I am's what I am's, and that's all that I am.
The Minnesota Vikings are coming off a disappointing 36-17 loss at home on Thursday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Vikings started off flat on offense, 3 and out the first 3 drives. Tampa Bay managed 10 points in there, and when the Vikings finally got a first down, Jerome Simpson fumbles the ball, giving it back to the Buccaneers.
And they turned that into points.
3 points with that, 13-0. Now, Jerome Simpson...
We're still holding on to hope, though.
Is Jerome Simpson still considered our number 2 guy? I think he is number 3 at best, and which means we don't have a number 2 behind Percy.
Yeah.
Plaxico Burress is still out there. He's looking for work. Nobody wants him.
Take a shot on him?
We can get him for it's not going to cost a lot of money. It'll be inexpensive.
I don't think it should either. We're already halfway through the season.
Yeah,
almost.
5-3 in the hunt. We're missing that one piece. Plaxico Burress could be that piece.
Give him a shot.
Give him one. He already shot himself. He won't do that again. Now we got to give him a shot.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Well, the Vikings get the ball back, get some points. Momentum may be shifting. Percy Harvin, a nice 18-yard touchdown in the second quarter. That was, laid it right into that bread basket.
He adjusted his ball great. It was almost like a Willie Mays catch in center field. He just over the top of his head and caught it. No problem.
It was a good throw. It was still a very good throw by Mr. Ponder.
It was a good throw.
Who didn't have the best of games again. After that, Vikings get the ball back again. The defense went 3 and out, 2 yards on the next drive for the Bucs.
Thought the momentum was shifting.
And a couple, Adrian Peterson, he seemed to like 11-yard runs. That was his thing, like 11 yards before he broke a big one. But Adrian fumbles while they're driving down 13-7, giving the ball back to the Buccaneers. They were in Vikings territory.
And then they turned that
into a touchdown. That was
the 3-yard pass to Williams. The turnovers.
Turnovers right there. 10 points on turnovers. And the Vikings would get a field goal. Down 20-10 at half, but again, they're down by 10.
Still holding out hope to us.
But they're down by 10 because of those 10 points off turnovers.
Yep.
The Buccaneers come out in the second half with the ball, hoping the Vikings defense makes some adjustments. They get a 64-yard screen play to, what's his name, Doug Martin?
Doug Martin. Yeah.
Doug Martin. That was the best stiff arm I'd seen in a while.
Yeah. Was that on Jared Allen? I think it was
everybody. He had a stiff arm on every defensive player for the Vikings. Nobody could bring him down. If they had him for a 5-yard loss, he got back to the line of scrimmage. If they had him for a 3-yard gain, he'd get 11 yards. He was on a mission that night. The Vikings didn't have an answer to him. So Tampa Bay gets a touchdown. They are now up 27-10. But still, the Vikings are at home.
We're holding out hope.
It's not
early
impossible.
In the game. It's only
still
the
early.
third quarter.
Yeah, I think that was still with 10 minutes to go in the third at least.
Exactly, yep.
So the Vikings, Adrian Peterson with a great 64-yard touchdown run, cutting the lead 20. Did they still have 20? It might have been 30-17 at that time. But still, 2 scores, 2 touchdowns, the Vikings could have the lead. But the offense couldn't do anything. There was that moment in the beginning. I thought we had the best thing that might have happened to the Vikings was that Jared Allen, Penn was the offensive lineman's last name.
Yep.
Allen bleeding from the schnoz. It was a great. In the
play that happened, it turned out to be offsetting penalties.
Yes,
but you could just feel it.
You could feel
we were watching the game, but you could just feel it watching the game that the momentum was shifting in our direction.
And when they finally got that next play off, because they had to straighten everything out and yada, 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 Jared Allen gets a sack. That place was erupting. I thought for sure, that is the momentum. We got it back. We can come back from this.
It's ours to be had.
Ponder, Vikings offense. 3 and out.
Work out at all.
That pretty much killed the momentum. I mean, nothing else was happening. Adrian's fumble was a huge momentum killer because we were coming back there, and then the Vikings offense not doing anything after Jared Allen's sack.
Because
they need that. The defense needs time to relax and rest. They don't get any rest when you go 3 and out.
But the turnovers I thought killed us most because they gave Tampa good field position.
True.
That was it right there.
Ponder threw another interception at the end. That was just late. You just throw it. He wouldn't have thrown that in the second quarter, but he did. Vikings lose. Bad game. Just outplayed altogether by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They earned that victory easily. Coming up next for the Vikings, a trip to Seattle.
Tough.
I will be there. I'm going to be in Seattle next weekend.
Are. That's right.
Me and my old man going to check out some road football.
First outdoor game, correct?
I've never been to an outdoor game. I've been inside the crappy Metrodome, and that has been it. Against Seattle.
What do you think, though? 12th man. What are you feeling?
I'm not worried about the 12th man. What I'm worried about is if they don't hand the ball off to Adrian enough, because that is the strongest part of our game. The Vikings seem to have Seattle's number, though. They're one of the few teams to go in there and beat them a few years back. Chester Taylor had the longest running Viking history at Seattle, 96 yards.
I do remember that game.
I think the Vikings will bounce back. They haven't lost 2 in a row yet this year, and I think they will continue to not lose 2 in a row. They have a few extra days off with the Thursday night game. Seattle's offense is terrible. Their defense is really good. Seattle's defense is better than our defense, but I think the Vikings' offense is better than Seattle's offense. It could go either way. I'm going to say 23-17 Vikings on the road. Getting back to the winning ways, staying in the division.
That was a mouthful.
I got it all out.
I tend to agree with you on that one. I think our defense is good enough to handle their mediocre offense. If we run enough of Adrian Peterson, we can win this game.
30 handoffs, maybe?
You have to eclipse 30. You have
30?
to eclipse 30.
Is he there? I mean, it's halfway through the season.
Give him a chance to oppose his will on the game. It's over. Vikings, we both got him.
That's all it
have
is.
him too.
Week 9, Vikings over the Seahawks. Vikings need to get Plexico Burress. Give Adrian the ball more. Percy can't do it all by himself. The most versatile player in the league. He will be MVP if Plexico Burress comes here. That has been the Pride Report. Check us out at the purplepridepod.com. We're also on the vikingship.net.